Dragons. They're perhaps the most popular mythical creatures in all of fiction, and they vary from culture to culture. In Western interpretations, they often represent impossible obstacles for heroes to overcome. In Eastern interpretations, they're considered deities to be feared and respected. Oftentimes, seeking out these legendary creatures led to wealth and good fortune. But where did they come from? Did they just spawn out of nowhere? The etymology of the word dragon tells us that it's a combination of the words drag and on. Drag on. They drag on, which explains their ridiculously extensive lifespan, but it still doesn't explain their origin. Well, we've been researching dragons for 30 years now and can confidently state that they're actually manifestations of our collective daddy issues. Unpack that however you'd like, but it's true. Now tell me if this sounds familiar. Some dragons are reclusive, and they reside in their caves for the most part, surrounded by all the treasures they've collected over the years. Dads often recuse themselves from family affairs to spend their time in their man caves or garages or tool sheds, surrounded by expensive sports memorabilia, power tools, or classic cars they've been working on for months. They're extremely protective of their treasures, and disturbing them was a good way to incur their wrath. Then there's also the stoic dragons, who seldom made appearance but demanded your respect and fear. They would come back from long work trips or from tours abroad and behave as if things haven't changed while they were gone. They like to pretend that there's continuity in the relationship, when there isn't. They've become strangers, figures that demand to be worshipped for providing shelter, for food, for school, for the clothes on their backs. They want to be loved, but without ever having to reciprocate the feeling. And then there's, of course, the elusive dragons you heard about in stories from your mother. The dragons who abandoned their families in pursuit of their personal goals in life. The ones that fled in the middle of the night or in broad daylight with some excuses about picking up milk from the store. The ones that refuse to be held accountable for their actions. The resentment you feel towards absentee fathers. The ones you fear. The ones that have neglected you for years. They're all the same. Our issues with our respective daddies have manifested themselves as gigantic fire-breathing monsters. So how do we metaphorically slay these dragons? Why, by confronting them, of course. But we must wait and bide our time. Unlike real dragons, dads don't live quite as long, and they grow old and weak. We must strike them at their most vulnerable, when they least expect it. From their old wrinkly clutches, we strip them of their title as the head of household. We must force their hands and complete the transference of power. Afterwards, you get to reap the benefits of beating your dad's ass. Sell all of his old things on eBay. Take the money and get yourself something nice. Throw your dad in a retirement home and visit every Christmas. Watch him grow old and incontinent, unable to do anything for himself. Remind him who it was that put him there, and delight in his misery. And if you got a good dad, congratulations. I'm your least favorite pizza topping, and this has been another episode of Animalphax. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual animal facts. Have a wonderful animal day.